are sleeping, that's when the trees sing. You left your winter clothes and your teeth marks in my skin. So shake the leaves off the trees, watch them float down the stream. Your son, your daughter, swimming in the...
Hello, I am a tree. My life was once idyllic. I wailed away hours with my family in the tranquil sanctuary of nature. The winter sun warmed my green pines. I had a sense of belonging until they came without warning. Cynical and premeditated, they cut me down ruthlessly. The pain was unimaginable. Eventually I succumbed, fell to the ground horizontal. I saw my family looking down upon me. Part of me still remained rooted, a sorry mark to remind my family that I once existed. In one fell swoop I was lifted from the spot where I'd fallen. I was confused and disorientated and began drifting in and out of consciousness. I was then dragged along the ground for what seemed like an eternity. I began to question the motives of these people. What had possessed them? Was this some kind of sick joke? My old life began to fade in the distance. I cried out for rescue, but no one heeded my calls. My kin, probably fearing a similar fate, may await them. The world was still antithetically at odds with the panic brewing inside me. The blueness of the sky reflected the blue inside me. Eventually we reached some kind of metal container. Was this my coffin? I was placed inside and then suddenly, without warning, everything went black. When I eventually came to my senses, I realised my captors had placed me in my natural vertical position. Was this some kind of purgatory? Was I about to meet my maker? No, if only. What they had in store for me was a plethora of torturous rituals to take every ounce of self-worth I ever had. The first affliction was a deafening din. The noise reverberated from the floor and walls and paralysed me to my core. Their next act was to humiliate and debase me.
You better watch out, you better not cry, you better not pout, I'm telling you why.
They took objects from their boxes and placed them on every one of my branches. My whole body ached under the weight of the pain. I prayed for it to be over, but the sadistic games continued. My captors smiled throughout, laughing and mocking me. What possessed them? I will never know.
He knows when you're away.
He knows if you've been bad or good,
So be good for goodness sake.
Then everything went black. The room fell silent. Was this it? Was this my time?
Yay! Hey, Christmas boy.
The lights came back on, but not as before, not as bright. My captors began cheering. For the first time I saw my reflection in the window. What had they done to me? I was a ghastly version of myself, almost unrecognisable. I heard a noise at the door. Had my saviour eventually come to liberate me from my hell?
We wish you a Merry Christmas, we wish you a Merry Christmas, we wish you a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. Good tidings we bring to you and your King. We wish you a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year.
We're in for a wee jam, fellas.
Cheers, thanks a lot.
No problem.
As they entered the room, I realised these were no liberators. They stepped nearer and pulled at my branches. Was this another sick ritual? I was now numb to the pain, anaesthetised by the shock of my ordeal. I just wanted it to be over.
Gone away is the bluebird, here to stay.
My nightmare was almost over. As the winter sunlight kissed my brown skeletal frame, I contemplated the afterlife. I was at peace with the world and with myself once more. I waited for my maker, holding on to the resolute belief that something better awaited me.